Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and make sure to hit that notification bell so that way anytime I put up a video you guys are notified. So now that I got that out the way, I am so excited for this video because this has been like a long journey for me when it comes to my skin. Like, I don't even know where to begin. I'm just so excited to actually be able to do a skincare video. It's something I've been wanting to do for a very long time. Like, I've always wanted to document like my journey, but it has been a very, very long journey, I will say. And I am just excited to just finally get to this point where I could just like kind of just not stress it no more. But just from the title of the video, this is what I use. I'm gonna just introduce products that I use to kind of help clear up my skin. I've been suffering from acne since I want to say junior high. That was around the time I was going through like my puberty stage, and I just broke out like crazy. For some people, they break out and they do simple things like cleanser, toner, and moisturizer, and their face just clears up tremendously, and like they have no scarring, no nothing. Like their skin just look perfect. But for me, it was a little difficult. I remember my mom, she had brought me Proactive because that was around the time that Proactive became a thing, and it worked for me. But the only thing with Proactive is that if you don't continue to use it, your skin just kind of reverts back to how it was. And that kind of happened with me. It didn't revert back like right away. I think it took like maybe like a year or two, then my skin got back to like how it was when I was in junior high. And then I tried to use the Proactive again, but for some reason I feel like they changed the formula in it because it just was not working like at all. As compared to the first time that I used it, it worked like right away. But the second time I went to go use it, I don't know if it's a change, but it just was not working. It was a waste of money, so I stopped using that. And I just started using so many different things, from Neutrogena to Olay to like all these brands I was using that was promising to clear up my dark scars, to clear up my acne, give me even toned skin, all these promises. And I just felt like it didn't work for me. Like anytime my menstrual cycle would come, I would break out like crazy and then have all these scars on my face. And it was just like an up and down battle. Like, I think the only time that I had clear skin was the first time that I tried Proactive. And honestly, I think it's because at that age, at the time that I did have it the first time, I was a teenager or preteen. So I feel like my skin was just like developing. I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like as I got older and I tried to use it again or use other products, it just was not working for me. It was just a long journey. And it was around the time, especially in my early 20s, I was like going through like a lot of like self-esteem issues, and the scarring on my face just didn't make it any better. And that's why I started to wear makeup, because I just love the fact that I could cover those scars and I could cover those imperfections. So that kind of introduced me to makeup. And I mean, along the way, like I started to love makeup, and it was an interest of mine, and it just became a hobby and something that I love. So who would have ever thought that acne would have, geared me into where I'm passionate about and the things that I love. So that's funny. But anyway, so now fast forward to my late 20s, and I want to say in March, my skin just took a turn for the worse. Like before, my acne would like clear up here and there, but I always had the dark spots, which was something that just never went away. But I want to say March of this year, my skin just looked disgusting. I wish I had a picture from March, but it looks so bad. And I'm the type of person, like, I don't have sensitive skin, so like I can use like different products, like it doesn't bother my skin. Like I never have to get anything that's like for sensitive skin. But I will say that my skin is sensitive to like certain lifestyles. So when I say that, I mean as in like I cannot go to sleep with makeup on. If I go to sleep with makeup on, I am going to regret it, because the next day I am breaking out. Or if it's not the next day, it's the day after, I'm breaking out like crazy. I don't really eat crazy, so I mean, I've changed my lifestyle. I have been a vegetarian, pescatarian for almost, I think when I stopped eating meat, I was like 23, and I'm like 29 now, so it's been like 6 years now. So I can't really say like my diet, because I mean, obviously my diet does help, but it's not something that I had like changed recently, like, you know. So I can't really say that that helped my face. I mean, I'm sure it is helping my face now. Another thing is like skipping a wash day, like not being consistent. So when I say that, I mean as in like I would sometimes just, not sometimes, I would just wash my face in the morning, and sometimes I won't wash it at night. And that kind of like affected me as well, because I would break out. So that's what I mean by like my skin is sensitive to my lifestyle. So if I eat a whole bunch of candy, I'm breaking out. If I eat a lot of fast food, I'm breaking out. I'll never forget the one time I had put oxtail gravy on my rice and peas, and the next day I broke out like crazy, and I'm just like, what the hell? So I'm guessing like from the oils, because I don't usually eat out like that. I normally cook. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that I'm always cooking, and I don't use like canola oil, vegetable oil. I don't use any of that stuff. I usually only use olive oil, avocado oil, and sometimes grapeseed oil, so, or coconut oil. So when I eat out, and I eat out a lot, I do break out. So that is the difference between me being my skin being sensitive to products and just my skin being sensitive to my lifestyle. Another thing that I want to pinpoint when I say my skin is sensitive to my lifestyle, when I stress, I break out. Anytime that I'm stressing, my face takes a turn for the worse. And that is what kind of pinpoint me to starting a skincare routine and being consistent. Because in March, my grandmother, oh my God, jeez, I just put death on somebody that's alive. My grandmother's sister passed away, and we went out to North Carolina, and you know, if you ever had a death in your family, it brings a lot of drama within the family, and I was stressed that trip. It was very draining, very overwhelming. I was just really low at that point, like mentally, physically, emotionally. I hit rock bottom, and my face showed for it. Like I broke out, like, oh my God, it was just nasty and disgusting. And I was like, yo, I need to take care of my skin, because in the past I would not be consistent with products. Like I would try a product, and once I was done with that product, then I would buy a new product instead of being consistent. So I mean, I can kind of put the fault on me because I wasn't consistent with certain products, but I will say that those products, I don't know, they just didn't do anything for me, honestly. Now that I am going on a different approach on my skincare, it just didn't do anything. But when I came back from North Carolina, I was like, all right, I'm going to start a skincare routine, and I'm going to be consistent. And I don't use products that test on animals. I try to get away from stuff like that, because I just feel like if it's not good for the animals, why would it be good for me? Like, you know what I mean? So a lot of my makeup is cruelty free, and I wanted to kind of keep that same mindset when it came to my skincare stuff, whether it was body or face. So in April, which I'll show the picture here, my face, that's how my face looked. And it looked like that in March, but a little bit worse. As you can see, it looked disgusting. Like the pimples, the blemishes, it just looked really bad. For face wash, one of the products that I started using was from Chloe and Chad, and this is their Geranium face wash. This is like magic in a bottle. Now I will say that it helped clear up my acne, but it didn't happen right away. But what I will say is that right away, this made my face smooth. I would say within like a week and a half or two, like my face, like the texture was just smooth. And like when I would wash my face, like my hands would just glide on my face. And usually like when you have like breakouts and stuff and you wash your face, like you could feel the pimples. but like after a while, like my skin just felt so like smooth. And you can actually buy this from their site, but I bought this from Black and Grown, which is an amazing site. If you haven't heard of it, it's a website that has all skincare, beauty, home stuff, everything that's Black owned but owned by Black women. This had lasted me a very long time because a little goes a long way. This had lasted me maybe, I think I ran out of this, and we're in July now. I ran out, I want to say like beginning of June. That's when I ran out of this. So I had this ever since I think I bought this in April. Yeah, in April. And then I ran out in June. So April, May, June. Yeah, so like 3 months. That's a very long time. You only need you don't even need one pump. You just need like maybe half a pump. Because if you do one pump, a lot does come out. So I would use like half a pump, and it's enough. Like, you don't need to go crazy with it. Now, once I ran out of that, I did start using Cetaphil because I was gonna buy the Geranium again from Chloe and Chad, but the site Black and Grown, because of COVID, a lot of the stuff was on pre-order, and it was gonna take like 3 or 4 weeks. And I'm like, I have to stay consistent. I can't miss a wash day. So let me find something. So I would see Cetaphil a lot on YouTubers, and I follow a lot of Black YouTubers. Will subscribe to a lot of Black YouTubers, and I will always see this on anybody's skincare routine who was Black. I would see it, and honestly, using it, I can see why a lot of women of color use this, or just people of color, period. So I got the Daily Facial Cleanser. This was so good. It kind of reminded me of my Geranium wash as well. This, I don't even think this is not cruelty free. I doubt it. I have to look this up, but I doubt that it's cruelty free. But this definitely helped my skin stay smooth, and honestly helped with preventing any breakouts. Like, the only time that I broke out was when I obviously had my menstrual, but even then, usually when I have my menstrual, I break out a lot, like all over my face. But when my menstrual came, I had like maybe like 2 or 3 pimples. That's it. And that honestly is nothing compared to what I would normally get when my menstrual cycle would come. As far as toners, one of the toners that I used was the Dyer's Witch Hazel with the lemon scent. Well, the first one no, not the lemon. It was the aloe vera one. I don't have it with me because obviously I ran out, but I started to use that. I wasn't really a big fan of it. I felt like it didn't really do nothing for my skin, but maybe if I would have gave it another chance. I mean, I tried it twice. The first time, this was a little bit before March, before I had broke out like crazy. I had tried the rose one, and I was like, okay, like it doesn't really do anything for me or whatever. And then when I wanted to start like a skincare routine to be consistent with, I was like, let me just try it again, because now I'm going to be using a lot of my products that I'm going to be using is going to be more organic and cruelty free, so maybe it might work better with those products. And I just didn't feel like it did anything for me, you know. But once I didn't want to just stop using it. I don't like to waste products, so I continued to use it until it ran out. And then once it ran out, I started to use the Dickinson. This is the original Witch Hazel Pore Perfecting Toner. I didn't get to really use much of this. I only used it for like 2 weeks, because then I started a new skincare routine, which I will have another video on that, of my updated skincare routine. But so far, when I've used it, for the 2 weeks that I did use it, I did like it. I did. And once I show you like the pictures from April to May, you can see like my acne cleared up. And you know, I don't know, for me, I didn't feel like the Dyers helped, but maybe it did, because my face does look a little bit different from April to May. So I will give it some type of credit. Even though I was using a whole bunch of other things, I will give it some credit because it was a part of the routine. So as far as like treatments, when it came to my hyperpigmentation, this from Coco Kind. This is their turmeric spot treatment. So I I would use this 3 times a week, and I will only use it in the morning. And the days that I used it was Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I will say that this did help with clearing up. As you can see, from like April to May, and then to I don't want to show you guys July yet because I just want it to be like a, you know. I mean, obviously you guys saw it from the pictures, but like, I don't know, I want to wait to the end to kind of reveal the picture. Like, another treatment that I did was the Aztec Secret Indian Healing Clay. This I had used 3 times a week as well, and I used it on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, but I used it at night. So I used the spot treatment in the morning, and I used this at night. And I mixed, you could either mix it with water or you can mix it with apple cider vinegar. I mixed mine with apple cider vinegar because apple cider vinegar is good for clearing up dark scars, and I will have to say that this, along with the turmeric, was key component in clearing up my blemishes and kind of just lightening them up, because they're not completely gone. Like, I still have some. Obviously it's going to take a long time for it to completely clear, because one thing about acne scars is that the longer they're on your face, the longer it takes for it to be removed. And a lot of people think that they've had these acne scars for years and that they're going to use something and in a month it's going to be just gone, and that's just not how it works. Another mask that I had used was from Temple Zen, and this is their Calendula in Geranium Exfoliating Facial Scrub. This is a black-owned business company, and it's actually owned by a black man out in Jersey. He makes everything, he makes himself. This I had used twice a week, and I had used this on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I only use it at night. Like I said, a little goes a long way. Like, this, I still have some left, and I brought this in April, and we're in July, and I still have some left. A little goes a long way. I liked it because it gave like a little tingle like to my face, and it made it like smooth. Like, after I would like exfoliate, and then you let it sit for 5 minutes and then wash it off, like my face would just feel so nice and smooth. So I do like this. As far as moisturizers, one of the moisturizers that I used was the Nola Skin Essentials. This is the Brightening C Serum, and I only use this in the morning. And I actually brought this from the site Black and Grown. This is a black owned company as well. This as well, you don't need a lot, maybe like 1 or 2 pumps. Sometimes 1 pump is enough for me sometimes, but yeah, this was really good. Another serum that I had, another moisturizer that I had used was from Temple Zen. This is their Fade Cream, I mean not their Fade Cream, their Fade Serum, and this is a blemish and scar, for your blemishes and scars. This I still have left. I brought this in April, believe it or not, and I still have some left. Like, again, this 1 pump, you don't need a lot. And I don't know, at night, like, my face just felt so smooth and so nice, and I just loved it. So those were the products that I had used consistently from April until July. As you can see, so this is how my face looked in April, and then this is how my face looked in May. So you see like the difference. April and May, it's like I still have, the scars are still a little bit dark, the acne is like somewhat clearing up but not fully gone. And this was my face just recently, July 17th. Like, do you guys not see that? Like, my face looks amazing. Like, obviously I still have like a little bit of scarring still there. Like I said, it's gonna take a while to come off because I've had it for years. But compare, now I'm gonna do April to July. Look at that. Like, and it's so crazy because I've never been a fan of doing like before and afters. Like, I just never did stuff like that. But I think it's so important to do before and afters and just kind of just take notes of your journey. Like, you know what I mean? Like, document it, because sometimes you look at yourself every day that you don't notice things. Like, you know what I mean? So when I finally took that picture in July and then I compared it, because I kind of forgot, like I knew that my face looked bad in April, but I kind of forgot. And to see them side by side, I was like, yo, like my face really did clear up. So, and I just was happy, and I felt, not that I wasn't confident, but I felt even more confident, like, you know. And I want to also say that even though these products help, there were certain things that I did as well that helped. So one of the things that I did was stop sleeping with makeup on. I no longer sleep with my makeup on. I think during this process from April to July, I think I slept with my makeup one time, and that was that. And I've never did that after that. But before I started this, I would sleep with my makeup on and just wake up the next day and wash it off. But that was one of the key things that I stopped doing. 2, diet. Diet is important. I don't drink soda. I do drink alcohol, which I don't drink alcohol. I like to drink. I'm a social drinker. But I'm not drinking every single day. You know what I mean? I'm drinking a lot of water. A lot of my water I drink with lemon now. I drink a lot of like plant-based like tonics. I love these tonics. I feel like I've taken pictures of them before on my IG story, but I drink a lot of those. What else have I changed in like my diet? I don't eat a lot of candy. I've never eaten a lot of candy prior to my skincare, but yeah, I don't eat a lot of candy, but I know candy makes a lot of people break out, and it makes me break out if I eat too much of it. So yeah, I don't eat that. A lot of my diet is vegetables and fish. That is mostly what I'm eating. That is a big part of my meals, along with carbs. But I don't eat a lot of junk food. Like I don't eat a lot of chips. I don't eat a lot of cakes, and like I don't eat fast food. That's one. So if you're eating all the McDonald's and the Chick-fil-A's and all that stuff, your skin is gonna break out. And even if it don't show on your face, your insides is probably looking crazy, you know? Because you honestly, to have like nice full hair and have beautiful skin is all about what you put in the inside of your body, because that comes out on the outside. So diet is very important. The next thing that was a key thing was I wash my hands every time I wash my face. When I did research, I saw that washing your face with your hands is actually not the best thing to do, because you have a lot of bacteria on your hands, and let's say you go touch this, you touch that, you touch this, and then you go in the bathroom and you're washing your face, you still have that bacteria on your hand with germs. So anytime I go wash my face, I wash my hands and then I wash my face. If I put a mask on and I'm letting the mask sit, once I go to wash the mask off, I'm washing my hands again and then I'm washing my face. So, and I try not to like get distracted. Like, let's say I'm putting on my toner and then I'm like, oh shit, I gotta do this, and I touch something and then I put in my moisturizer. You know what I mean? Like, once I wash my face, I go straight into my room, don't touch anything, and I just go straight into putting my toner, my moisturizer, whatever on, so that I don't have like all those germs on my hands. Also with washing my face, I don't use my hands. I'll just use, after I wash my hands, I use my hands to apply like the soap, but I use my brush to wash my face. This is actually better than using your hands, because your hands can't really get in to get all the dirt, whereas this can really get in and get all the dirt out. I will say that that technique of washing my hands and now using a brush to wash my face definitely helped, because when I say I do not break out like that, like I barely get any pimples. And like I said, if I do get pimples, it's when I get my menstrual. Another thing that I do is I don't pop my pimples no more. Like I used to love popping my pimples. And it's crazy because I can pop my own pimples and I get excited when I pop my pimples and I see it coming out. But I cannot watch that show, Dr. Pimple, where the people are like, the doctors like busting people's pimples. I don't want to watch somebody else pimple ooze out stuff. Like, I'd rather watch my own stuff ooze out. That's weird. Yeah, that's weird. But I don't know. I don't know. So I have brought this Dermasuction It was only like $20, and now I use this to suck out the stuff out of my pimples. And I also use it for like the corner of my nose and on my nose because I get a lot of like blackheads and whiteheads on my nose. So I do use this. I will recommend to get either if you have like a face steamer, or just rinse your face with like some hot water, not extremely hot, but just like hot enough where you're not burning your face. Just to get it like wet and open up the pores. Then you can use this to kind of like suck out the pimples, the corner of your nose, blackheads, all that stuff. This has actually helped me with not scarring my face, because before I was scarring my face by popping the pimples, but with that I will say that it actually helped with not leaving scars. I'm excited how my face looks now. Like, even, oh, another thing that I forgot, I wash my brushes. Washing, if you are a makeup person and you wear a lot of makeup, you need to wash your brushes. It's so important. Like, I didn't realize how important it was because I get hella lazy and I don't be washing them. And that was another cause of why my face would break out a lot, because my brushes were dirty. So I try to get in the habit of washing them once a week, or once every half a week, once every 1 week and a half. Yeah, that makes sense. So that it's not all those germs like building up. And I will say that now that I've been doing that, my makeup comes on more smoother, obviously because my face is smoother, but then my brushes are not as dirty, and I don't break out like I was before. So that is another thing that another tip that I use besides the products that have helped clear up my skin. And I just started using, I want to say for like a month now, I started using Cetaphil. They have like a oil-based makeup remover, and I think they have a water-based one too, but I have the oil one. And when I remove my makeup, I should do a video on that, how I remove my makeup and cleanse my face. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do a video on that. But I would take like my makeup wipes, wipe my face off, and then I would go in with the Cetaphil oil-based makeup remover with a cotton pad, and I would just remove any excess like makeup that my wipe didn't get off. And then I'll just go into my regular like cleaning my face and stuff like that. Yeah, from the products and to those key techniques that I did, my face now looks manageable. I mean, I still have long way to go because I still got to clear up the rest of the scars, but I'm happy with how my face is now, and I can like just be like, you know, take a breather. But it's important to be consistent. And I would say try products that are organic and that don't have a lot of chemicals in it. You know what I mean? Like, try to go the cruelty-free route, the organic route, with natural ingredients. It does really work, you know. And I will make sure to list everything, and I will also do a post on my blog and just kind of give you guys detail my routine for the week, what I use, how many times I use it, the prices. I'm gonna put that all in my blog. But yeah, I don't know what else to say. Like, I'm just so happy. And it's just been a very long journey for me. I've been struggling with this for so long, since it's been almost over 2 decades now. Not even. Over a decade now. Yeah. Let me not stretch it. Yeah, like over a decade now. So it's just been so long, and I'm just happy that I'm finally here and I'm able to share this, like, you know, with you guys. I'm sure there's somebody out there who's struggling with their skin and don't know what to do, and just ready to give up, because I was at that point where I was just ready to give up, and I was just like, yo, my skin is not gonna clear up. Like, this is what my skin is gonna look like. So I just want to encourage people when it comes to like your skin, your hair, like, don't give up. Just be consistent, and document your journey, because like I said, you look at yourself every day and you don't even realize like, oh, stuff is changing, and then you look and you're like, oh shit, like, you know. Thank you so much, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was very informative. Hopefully you guys can try some of the products that I named. And you know, if you have tried any of these products that I've showed, leave me a comment. Let me know if it worked for you, if it didn't work for you. If you know any products, let me know. I love skincare. My money goes to skincare and makeup. Like, it's ridiculous. And hair stuff too, but mostly makeup and skincare. But yeah, if you haven't subscribed, again, please hit that subscribe button. Support me, please. This journey of trying to vlog, I'm like so up and down and trying to be consistent and trying to think of things that you guys would like to see. I see that my traveling and my hair stuff gets a lot of views. So I'm gonna start listening to the people. I feel like that's what you guys like to see from me besides the makeup. I feel like the makeup don't really get that many views. I don't know. But I'm keeping that in mind. Like, I'm paying attention, I'm listening. So yeah. I'll see you guys in my next upload.